So welcome. It's the Global Warming Show. This is Lachlan Arts, your host, and we have a very, very special show today. Extremely special because we have an extremely special guest, Miss Kira Noir. All right, one of the stars, the huge star of the Sextainable campaign that 2030 or Bust has partnered with Pornhub on. And Kira is also the brand ambassador for Pornhub. So my goodness, what kind of a fortunate we are today to have this. So have Kira here with us today. So let me bring Kira on here. Here we go.
Hi.
Hey, Kira. Hi.
My apologies. I'm good. I was just sitting in a different room.
Believe me, it's the wonders and horror of technology that we deal with all the time. So it's just that you're here is just really wonderful, and thank you for being as generous as you are in being with us today and being on the show. So thank you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Now I heard you're a goth fan.
Yes.
Okay. So I just want you to know that just for the occasion, this is the gothiest thing I have. So it's got
beautiful.
This was made for a show I did many, many years ago. But I thought, for you, and my only headsets that have black in it. So I thought this is it's probably not that goth, but it's
Hey man, goth is a state of mind. I think you're working it.
All right, that's great. So look, first of all, I got to tell you, when I was so thrilled when I first saw the promo video that you did for Sextainable, and two things that struck me about it. All right, and I'm hopefully you'll be embarrassed. Okay, one was how damn beautiful you are.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, beautiful, right? And the other is you're a great actress.
Thank you. Oh no, I always hope that for stuff like that, I do a good job. I know that I love porno acting because you don't have to try hard. You can just have fun with it, and everybody's giggling on set and just go over the top, like cheesy acting, and it's super fun. So whenever I'm doing stuff where I need to be serious, it's a little bit nerve-wracking for me. So I'm glad that you liked it.
No, it's great. And look, I have to admit, I haven't seen a lot of straight porn, okay? So, but I've certainly seen my share of gay porn, maybe more than my share. How do you figure out what your share is, right? But I'll tell you, the acting is not, nothing against anything, but right?
In our defense, that is by design. Because if you're gonna have to do something over and over, and your main point of being there for the day is to make a porno, if you're trying really, really hard to make a scenario that doesn't make any sense to begin with make sense, you're not gonna have fun. So we do that kind of acting on purpose. I try to warn people of that. It's not that we're bad actors.
Like I said, nothing against anything, right? So, but some of the scenes seem kind of, like there you are, and you're about to flunk the class, and there's your well hung professor, and one thing leads to another. I mean, it's kind of believable, right?
Yeah. You know what? Gay porn and straight porn is not that different. I know that, especially with Brazzers and men.com, they reuse a lot of the same storylines and scenarios, sometimes even the same color schemes for the outfits. It's really funny. Like whenever I look at gay porn myself, I'll see ads for something. It's like, oh, I did that scenario. Like, that exact thing.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, so what attracted you to the Sextainable campaign?
Well, I thought it was really cool that they were able to partner with Pornhub and kind of make it so we could get information in a sexy way. And I learned stuff that I didn't know. Like, I did a video on sustainability with food and not wasting too much food.
Oh, yes.
So I actually was just looking at the script again right before I came in here. I didn't know that 1.3 billion tons of food is wasted annually, every year. And that's just insane. I can't even conceive of how much food that looks like.
Wow.
And so I'm really happy that they were able to partner with us, and I just like sexy people talking to me, so I think the jerk off instruction videos are really cool. And go ahead and find a way to funnel in that information.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's great, and again, it just, we love your work, and and it's just so great. One is, because our 2030 or Bust, our whole thing is that for the ordinary person, not the scientist or the government person, or but for the ordinary person, there's so much stuff happening out there about the climate crisis and the wildfires in California, now the snow in Texas, and and the hurricanes and the glaciers, and is it that bad? Is it not that bad? And so our whole thing was, we wanted to get a way for ordinary people to find out exactly what was happening. And if they wanted to do something to actually toward ending it, they should have that opportunity. And so what we said was, well, where are the people? We want to go to where the people are. We're not making any judgments about anything. Where are the most people? They're watching porn. Right? They're either watching porn or they're going to church. And I think they're the same people, just depending on when you talk to them.
Yep, and those two are not mutually exclusive at all.
Exactly, right. So we just love the opportunity, and it took us a couple years in terms of being in communication with Pornhub and what was the right campaign. We were going to do this, and then when this thing came along, they called us and said, "Well, this is now a perfect fit." So all of the people, and you've just been so generous with your Twitter account and social media, getting the word out. All those people, and I'm telling you, personally, the people that found out about what they could do to end the climate crisis from you probably wouldn't have found out about it if it hadn't have been for you.
Oh, well, that's awesome. I'm really happy that being a slut can sometimes help change the world.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And the other thing, in terms of, it's wonderful in terms of the financial contribution that you're making, because every time somebody watches one of those videos, we get a donation for 2030 or bust. So, so anything you can do to, kind of up those people watching, it's greatly appreciated, if you know what I'm saying, right? And yeah, so that's just really, really, really awesome. Now, you're the brand ambassador for Pornhub.
Yeah.
So what actually is that?
Make sure I'm making. There we go. That's just gonna.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
I'm a brand ambassador for Pornhub, which basically means I get to do stuff like this whenever they have their charity campaigns or new merch. I get to be one of the faces showing it to everybody, which is really awesome, because I was going to do stuff like this regardless. So it's really nice that they would want to have me be an official ambassador. And it's been really fun so far. I actually had to change right before I got on here, because they just sent me new merch and I really love it, but they told me it's not released yet, so I can't post it anywhere. So
oh, really?
Take off the shirt and everything. But I'm really happy that I get stuff like that now.
Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, our campaign goes for 10 years, so 2030 or bust, because the deal is, we have this next decade to really turn things around in the matter of climate, or we don't have a shot anymore. So it's not like, oh, we can wait, or if this doesn't happen, then we'll do something else. So this is really, really, really it. And, if we could get, a really critical mass of humanity to alter their behavior, just by the things you're talking about, in terms of the food waste, in terms of eating less meat, buying less plastic, things that anybody can do. And then there's the bigger stuff, like buying an electric car, solar panels, that stuff. But a lot of people don't have that kind of money. So that's why our campaign's really geared toward what anybody can do, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, you would, of course, we don't have anything. We don't have a quote unquote brand ambassador, of course. But if we were going to have one, I want to tell you, we'd be looking in your direction, if you know what I'm saying, right?
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that this kind of stuff can be put out, because a lot of people think that it's just too big of a problem and there's not a lot we can do on an individual scale. But doing things like making sure that you're using all of your food instead of wasting it, or buying more, less plastic, or even just, you don't have to go completely vegan if you don't like the idea of being completely vegan. Just eating less meat can also be a huge help.
Absolutely.
So this is really important information. I'm really happy that you guys are making sure that people are getting the word out.
That's right. And as with you, I mean, my goodness, all your followers on Twitter and everything, it's just really, really amazing. Now, do you have the 2030 or Bust app?
I don't. I didn't realize there was an app.
Oh my gosh. Do you have your phone there?
Yeah, let me download this right now.
It's called 2030 or Bust. There's a space between the 2030 space OR space BUST if you have an Apple or an Android.
Apple.
Okay, go to the Apple store. And there's 2030 or Bust.
Okay, I'm getting it.
Download it, baby. Come on. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Now,
Okay, it has to look at my face. There we go.
oh, okay, good. And what our game is, for 2021, Kira, is we want to get 1 million people to download the app.
Nice. Okay, I got it.
Yay! Yay! And what happens when you download the app is you go in and you pick an action that you're going to take that day. And then what it does is it calculates your carbon footprint and tells you where you are for your daily goal. And also with everybody on the app, it aggregates everybody. It says, here's where you are in terms of the global goal for what we have to achieve by 2030. So that we wanted to make it clear that your daily action has a global impact and that there'd be a direct connection.
Cool. Okay, next time I do a live show, I'm going to show people this.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, the other thing
great.
is, because, given you're a brand ambassador and how savvy and, everything else you are, right, in terms of the internet, we're upgrading the app at this point, right? And one of the features we're going to do is you'll be able to post videos of yourself doing things sustainable and stuff like that. So after you look at the app and muck around with it a little bit like that, any ideas you've got about what we can do in terms of the upgrade or what you think would make it cooler or anything else like that, please let us know. Because
absolutely.
Yeah, because we just love that. And we've got a big launch coming up on during Earth Week, which is a big thing of the big week in April, right? So our game for the year is, like I said, 1 million people to download the app, and also we need to raise $1 million for all the awareness campaigns that we're doing. Okay, so we just really, really appreciate your your support.
Okay, I see send a photo, take action, send a photo, take action, plant trees, take other actions to end. Nice. Okay, I'm going to start with send photo, and we're going to take a picture together real fast.
Okay.
Okay. Will you help me? I'm going to try to take a picture with you. Wait. No, I think we can do it. Are you ready?
Really?
Can you smile? Yeah, smile. I just took a picture with you. Look.
Oh, great. Okay. Awesome.
Perfect.
Oh, that's great, Kira. That's awesome. That's great. That is awesome. So, it's anything that you've changed personally for yourself as a function of the campaign, or anything that kind of, because it's one thing to make people aware, but we didn't want to just make people aware and, oh my God, I'm so depressed about the climate now. We wanted to make them aware in a way that they had power. That's like, wow, I thought the UN was fixing it. Well, no, they're not. Well, I thought the government was fixing it. Well, no, they're not. But guess what? If enough of us actually start to take action, we can take a big chunk out of that gap that's we got to bridge by now in 2030. So anything that you're doing differently, or?
Yeah, I've been eating a lot less meat, actually. There's a lot of really amazing meat alternatives and dairy alternatives that are out there. I've pretty much completely eliminated cheese and milk. I didn't know cashew cheese was so good. I recently learned about how almond milk can be extremely wasteful because of how much water it takes to produce the amount of almonds that you need to make almond milk.
But listen, Kira, how great is that you've done that kind of research, and now it's like, boy, that's awesome.
What about you?
Well, I don't eat meat, okay? And so that's, and I've got we have one of our posters is no meat, no plastic, no lies. And I kind of work at, it's an interesting thing, like when you say, okay, I'm going to stop using plastic. All of a sudden you see how plastic is everywhere. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like simple stuff. Like I used to get hand soap in a plastic, like a dispenser thing. Well, I found one that comes in metal.
Oh, cool.
So I did that instead, and the kind of thing like where there's this great place that makes vegan soup about a block and a half from me, and they, you put it in a container. Well, I bring my own container now. Right.
No, I did start using my own water bottle. Pornhub made it easy for me. They put out merch of the Pornhub 2020 awards, and one of the things they had was a water bottle thing. So now I use that, and if I ever have to go on set, instead of using water bottles that are plastic, I'll just fill up.
Perfect. Yeah, and when people see you, then you set the example, and then they talk about that, and you have that conversation. It's or you like somebody. Well, what's the deal about a hamburger? Well, it takes 660 gallons of water to make that hamburger. And they're probably like, you're kidding. I'm like, no. And then because then it's like, I'm not going to eat the hamburger. I'm not depriving myself, but it's making a difference that I'm not eating the hamburger. So that's great. Now, speaking of awards, in doing my research here, you won the 2018 Spank Bank Award, right?
Yes.
What is the Spank Bank? What's the Spank Bank Award?
I'll have to be completely honest with you. I have no idea. I keep getting, I get like the notifications from people saying like, oh, you won one of these, or you're nominated for a Spank Bank Award. It's not. I don't think it's a physical award show. Because I've been to the XBiz Awards, the Pornhub Awards, the AVN Awards, but I've never been to the Spank Bank Awards. So I'm really happy. I think one year I won Most Lickable Taint or something like that. And like I'm really happy because that's a great thing to be said about you. But
totally.
I don't know what it is.
That's right. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, so you didn't. There was no acceptance speech involved, is what I'm getting.
And I would have, if there was like a physical thing, I would definitely do an acceptance speech. I would love that.
Oh my gosh! So, and you go to the AVN Awards; those are in Vegas, right?
Typically, yes. This last year, I actually hosted the AVN Awards for 2021.
Really?
And we didn't have it in Vegas like we normally do. We just went ahead and shot a live stream in a studio. But it was still really fun. We still had the most important elements, I feel, like the trophy girls. We had the screen girls who do like these cool little, not skits exactly, but just slow-mo stuff, like glitter thrown in their face right before the winners are announced. Things like that. So I think that we did a good job. I'm really looking forward to going back to Vegas next year, hopefully, when everything is a lot safer.
Wow. Yeah, the last one I saw, the Cardi B performed.
Oh, yeah,
was. Oh my God! I tell you, boy, that's an award show I'd love to go to. That's just wow.
You should come. You should go to the Gavian Awards too.
Okay. Well, I haven't been in this loop very long. You understand? So it's I'm just kind of finding my way here. But yeah,
I guess awesome. The after parties for the Gavian Awards are better. So this last year, because I was the host for the AVN Awards this year, they let me present an award for the Gavian Awards, and I had never watched it before. I was always afraid that I would look like I was intruding if I did that, but everybody was so nice, and everybody encouraged me to come back the next year, and they talked about how there's apparently an after party at the hotel where there's a bowling alley in this giant room, and everybody's just a bunch of gay porn stars bowling and drinking together, and it sounds so cool, and I'm definitely going next year.
I mean, maybe not the bowling, but the rest of it sounds like heaven to me. So that's I guess you bring your own balls. So
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Oh my gosh! Wow! Oh my good. Well, what do you have coming up, Kira, that you want us to promote for you, or that you want people to find out about, or anything, projects you've got, or something you're excited about that you want to let us know about?
Yeah, definitely. If you're watching, please watch the jerk-off instruction sextainability videos on Pornhub, because one, they actually are sexy. Two, they're really like full of information that you would probably want to know, especially if you are interested in trying to live more sustainably. And three, hot girls. Watch it. Absolutely. Other than that, Pornhub's about to drop new merch. I'm not allowed to show it yet, so please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That way I can show you whenever I can talk about it.
The anticipation is better than the merch itself, so that's perfect. That's great. That's great. Now, as I said, our campaign goes for 10 years, and I'm not, we ask people for a lot, and God, you're completely generous, but we would love to have your participation for as long as you'd like to work with us, because I'm telling you, they're in terms of the reach that the adult entertainment industry has, man, it's the right kind of deal for us. And, and the other thing, is this kind of like one of our posters is, the climate crisis won't be ended by good people, it'll be ended by you. Right? So the whole thing about, because we, took some heat in terms of, my God, how could you be, getting involved with Pornhub and, the kind of, they've gotten some hits in the press lately, and, they kind of needed to make some changes what they're doing and all like that, right? And this blah, 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 and like that. But it's, it's a weird kind of thing because everybody watches porn, but you're not supposed to say you do.
Right. Exactly.
So it's total hypocrisy, which is what we're dealing with in terms of, we say that hypocrisy has a lot to do with why we're in the mess of the climate crisis, as much of the actual temperature itself and the carbon and everything else. So we think that the marriage between what we're doing and the opportunity that it brings to you and your followers, and that it's a marriage made in heaven.
Well, I'm really happy that you guys wanted to work with us. And I'm going to try to get some of those posters. Are they on your website? How do I find them?
They're on our website. They're on our website. If you go to the website, and they're called shareables. And all the posters are up there, and you can just click right off and get them, pull them off. I think there's about 9 of the posters on the website. And I'll send you the link. Don't worry, make it really easy for you. And,
Thank you.
Oh, no. Anything that you've got that you want us to promote, we're yours. Anything, it's like, this is... Well, I already have an idea where I want to put some of those posters up and then shoot a scene in front of them, and kind of subliminal message that information. Oh my goodness!
I feel like that could work, right?
Oh my gosh, it would be fantastic! And we'll keep manufacturing posters just so you can keep making the videos. I mean, this sounds like a total production here, right?
Well, thank you. Please send me the link, because I definitely want to buy some.
Absolutely. Wow. Oh my goodness! And I heard, Kira, you got your name from an anime character. Is that right?
Wow, Death Note. It's my favorite anime ever.
Really?
But nobody really knows it. It's so funny, or I have people asking me all the time if I like anime, and nobody really recognizes the fact that I got my name from one. But yes, Death Note's my favorite anime, and I got my stage name from that, the first part. And then my last name, Noir, I just Googled French for black, and that's what came up.
Wow, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, you're just, as corny as it sounds, you are beautiful inside and out, okay? And
thank you so much.
Really, thank you for what you're providing, the difference that you're making in the world, really. And it's really remarkable. So it's an honor for us to work with you, and we really appreciate it, and we look forward to a long and sexy and entertaining and difference-making partnership. It's just thank you.
No, thank you very much. I really appreciate you giving me the tools to help in this way.
Yeah, that's great. All right, anything else you want anybody to know, or anything else to close it up, or anything you want to say in terms of I did an interview with, I don't know if you know Mike Maverick. He's a gay porn star, right? And I said at the end of the interview, I said, well, do you want to say anything? Just use the word 2030 or bust. And he said 2030 or bust all over me. So I thought that was kind of interesting, right?
That's gold. How do you top that? Like, I can't.
know. Well, I'm just saying, it's everybody gets a shot,
I don't think I can top that. I'm not even going to try.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, Kira Noir, thank you. We look forward to your future projects and that mysterious merch that's coming along that we'll be looking forward to. And, we look forward to a very long and wonderful relationship that we have now. So thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's great. So that's Kira Noir, and this is Lachlan Arts, and that's the Global Warming Show. And bye.
Bye.